What up, y'all? You know who it is. Let's talk about Afghanistan. Well, let's not talk about Afghanistan. Let's talk about the Taliban. Let me get on the Autobahn here. You know, I'm not really surprised about what happened in Afghanistan. I mean, I think anybody who has half a brain could have seen the recapture of Afghanistan happening. I mean, how difficult was it to imagine happening? And I'll tell you why it wasn't difficult to imagine why it happened and how it happened. I mean, I kind of saw this entire thing play out. I should have actually made a video about it, but now it seems like I'm hindsighting, you know, what I saw, but I'm not. Afghanistan's been a mess for a while. They've been fighting and fighting and fighting for like forever and a day. And then all of a sudden the fighting just stopped. I mean, overnight. All the battles stopped. Nobody was shooting at each other anymore. Peace came back and everybody was like, we can leave Afghanistan now, finally. Like if the Taliban just disappeared into nowhere or into nothingness. And they kinda did. You see, what happened was the Taliban, they got smart. They got smarter than the Americans and all the foreigners that were there. And what they did was they joined the Afghan National Army. Of course, I got a driving school kid in front of me. And in joining the Afghan National Army, they got U.S. military weapons, training, techniques, tactics, all of that. It was a very smart move. Then when the U.S. decided, hey, we're going to pull out, and everything's looking peaceful and calm and cool, what did they do? They took off the Afghan. What do I have with the Afghans? The Afghan National Army uniforms, and they threw back on their Shawwal Khamis, and they were Taliban 2.0. It's really not that difficult to figure out what happened. I tell you, if I worked in Intel, this wouldn't have happened on my watch. If I was working in U.S. military Intel, or just government Intel, I'd have been like, hey, you know, this isn't going to go the way we planned it here. You know, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, this isn't going well. But unfortunately, you know, guys are pretty goofy. And they're still out here talking about, oh, this happened, that happened. This is how they took over the country in 2 weeks. You don't take over a country in 2 weeks. Nobody does. Show me the last time, other than the Russians in Georgia. In Georgia, when I say Georgia, I mean North Ossetia. Show me another time in recent history where an army has taken over an entire country. And even North Ossetia was actually just a breakaway region that was like just getting out of line. Show me where that's happened. An entire country taken over in 2 weeks. No, nobody took over anything in 2 weeks. The Afghan army was stationed all over the country like they're supposed to be. And the Afghan army was actually the Taliban. And then the Taliban were just like, hey, uniforms off, we're Taliban, we control this area. But where the Afghan army used to control and became Taliban territory is because the two were never different. The Afghans, I'm just calling them the Afghans now. The Afghan means National Afghan Army or Afghan National Army. You know what I mean when I say Afghan now. I give up. So the Afghans were always the Taliban. Well, not always, but they became the Taliban. And then when everything just, you know, fell apart, aka US decided to leave, and then Afghans became the Taliban, and it is what it is. Here we are today. So I don't know if you guys noticed that. I thought that was really wild that nobody ever noticed or nobody ever saw that coming. I mean, I find it really weird. Yeah, it's just really interesting. Did you guys notice that? I mean, I knew this. I saw that like a mile away. I saw that like last year. Did anybody else see this, or is it just me? I don't know. I just want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about all the other stuff with Afghanistan and what's going on and the Afghan army and how they ran away, which they really didn't. They actually just became, you know, the Taliban. Repeating myself a million times. Someone tell me what you saw, because I can't be the only one who saw this. All right, I'm out.
Better look me in the eyes, motherfucker. Who wants to fight? Aha. I'm only taking the brave. I'm not taking the scary. I'm not taking no girls. Are you ready to fight? Yes, sir. Are you ready to fight? Yes, sir.